Hello students, welcome to our page. We are considering the chapter number 2, nutrition in animals. Earlier we have seen two lectures. If you haven't watched that videos, you can watch those videos. The links are given in the description. Okay. Now we are considering this chapter number 2, nutrition in animals, from the class 7 NCERT syllabus. Okay. Now already we have seen the digestion process in the human, that means how the food is processed in the humans, that already we have seen the deep structure also we have seen. For that you can watch the previous videos. Now here in this lecture we are going to consider two types of digestions. First one is digestion in grass eating animals, and second one we are going to consider digestion in amoeba, which is very microorganism. So first of all we are going to start with digestion in grass eating animals. As you know that there are many grass eating animals are there. For example, you can take cow, buffalo or goat. They are grass eating animals, that means they are depend on grass for their food requirement. Okay. Now you can see the other animals also, that means like zebras, they are also grass eating animals, they are also considered as grass eating animals. Now if you observe, these animals are chewing continuously even when they are not eating the grass. That means it is obvious when they are eating the grass they are chewing that grass, but when they are sitting quietly or they are not eating the grass, at that time also they are chewing the continuously. Okay. Now why it is happening, so that concept we have to consider in this digestion process. Okay. Now if you consider uh, their nature, that means actually what happens when they are eating the grass, they are directly swallowing that grass, that means they are quickly swallow that grass and they store it in a separate part of stomach which is called as rumen. Okay. So actually what they are doing, when they are eating that grass, they are quickly swallow those grass pieces, that means they are not chewing properly. So they are only taking that grass inside the stomach, and that grass which is not eaten properly, that means that swallowed grass is kept in a separate part of stomach which is called as rumen. Okay. You can see that rumen which is shown in the diagram. Okay. You can see that the cow or buffalo or grass eating animal which is eating that grass, which is directly goes to the rumen, which is a separate part of stomach. Okay. Now here if we consider that digestion process, now as we have seen that digestion process in the human, which start with mouth and which ends at a anus, so it is a complete process, that means it is not partially. Now here in the grass eating animals, the food gets partially digested and which is called as cud. That means it is not completely digested, it is partially digested, and that food is referred as a cud. Okay. Now if we consider that cud, so this cud, that means the grass which is swallowed by the animals, actually that cud returns to the mouth in small lumps, and then animal chews it properly. That means when they are not eating, that means when they are not eating, then that cud is returns to the mouth from the rumen, and again it is in the form of small lumps, and then the animals can choose that food or that cud properly. Okay. Now this process is called as rumination. Okay. So whole this process, that means they are swallowing the grass, and after swallowing that grass, again they are taking that grass, that means that cud is returning into the mouth in the form of small lumps, and after they are chewing it. So this whole process is referred as rumination. So this whole process is referred as rumination, that means from swallowing that grass to the returning to the mouth, and after that they are chewing it properly. So this whole process is referred as rumination. Okay. And such animals which performing this type of process rumination, that animals are referred as ruminants. Okay. So here in the diagram digestive system of ruminants is given. Okay. Just remember, so those animals which are following or which carrying that process rumination, they are referred as ruminants. For example, cow, buffalo. Okay. Now the grass is actually rich of cellulose, which is a type of carbohydrate. Already we have seen that carbohydrate, okay, which is very compound substance. Okay. So we cannot digest that cellulose properly, so it is very higher order carbohydrate, so we cannot digest that cellulose properly. But some animals can do that. That means these grass eating animals have a special ability to uh, digest these cellulose, okay, which are very high order compounds of carbohydrates. Okay. Including many animals or including humans cannot digest these types of cellulose which are present in the grass, so that's why we cannot eat the grass directly. Okay. Now actually ruminants have very large sac like structure between small intestine and large intestine, and the cellulose of the food is digested here. That means this is the sac like structure here between small intestine and large intestine. This sac like structure, in this sac like structure actually these all the processes are carried out. Which process? The uh, cellulose is actually digested in that portion. Okay. So by action of certain bacteria which are not present in humans, we know that the stomach secrete the juices, which juices are actually mixed with the food, and they perform the working of digestion for that food. Okay. So here the cellulose of the food is digested in that sac like structure which is present between the small intestine and large intestine with the help of particular bacteria, those bacteria which are not present in the humans. Okay. Now this is the process of digestion in the cow or in the grass eating animals. Okay. So it is the process of digestion in the grass eating animals. Okay. So remaining process is same as that of human. That means it starts with mouth. Obviously the grass is eaten by the mouth. Again stomach is there, inside that stomach again small intestine, large intestine, and again that process will ends at a anus. So that remaining part is similar to that of human, but only the difference is that cellulose which is digested by the grass eating animals, and also they have ability to perform the rumination, to carry the process rumination, so they are referred as ruminants. Okay. Now next one is digestion in amoeba. That means feeding and digestion in amoeba. How it can be possible? Okay. Actually amoeba is a very microscopic single celled organism which is actually found in a pond water. Okay. Pond water which is present to our near to our houses, or in some areas pond water is there. In that pond water this amoeba is found, and it is microscopic single celled organism. First of all you have to consider what is meant by microscopic. Okay. Which word you should know? You have to consider this word microscopic. Microscopic means very small, so these particles are too small, so they cannot be seen by normal human eyes. That means our naked eyes cannot see those objects. So such objects or such cells or such animals are referred as a microscopic. That means we need microscope to observe these type of single celled organisms. Okay. So here amoeba has a cell membrane, a rounded dense nucleus, okay, and many small bubble like vacuoles in its cytoplasm. Okay. As it is very microscopic, okay, here you can see that microscopic structure of amoeba. That means microscopic single celled organism which is referred as amoeba. Okay. Here one cell membrane is there, and for that cell membrane a rounded dense nucleus is there. You can see that nucleus in the diagram. Okay. Here that nucleus is shown. Okay. Then many small bubble like vacuoles. Okay. bubble like vacuoles. Here you can see that bubble like vacuoles are present on that cytoplasm. Okay, now here if we consider next concept, amoeba constantly changes its shape. It is very important. Amoeba has indefinite shape. That means its shape is not fixed, because its shape and position is continuously changing, and it pushes out one or more finger-like projections called uh, pseudopodia or false feet for the movement and capture of food. Here pseudopodium is shown in the diagram. Okay, you can see the pseudopodium here. It is, which is the structure, it is finger like projection, and that pseudopodia or pseudopodium, or it is also referred as false feet, which is used for movement and capturing of food. Okay, you can see here the food particle is there, and this food particle is taken by the amoeba using these two pseudopodiums. Okay, these are the two pseudopodiums, that means feet like structure. Between those two feet like structure, that small food particle is taken by that amoeba. Okay, so just remember the function of pseudopodia. It is actually used for movement or capture of food. It is also referred as false feet. Okay, now amoeba feeds on some microscopic organisms. Okay, that means it again depends on some other microscopic organism. As we had seen, or we have discussed in the first point, that amoeba is already microscopic organism, and again it is depends on another microscopic organism. So just imagine those food particles which amoeba takes, those are very microscopic as compared to the amoeba. Okay, now when it senses the food, it pushes out pseudopodia around the food particle and engulfs it. That means it directly swallow that food particle with the help of pseudopodia. Okay, engulfs means it merge with that food particle. Okay, now the food becomes trapped into the food vacuole. Here these food vacuoles are shown, two food vacuoles are shown. So that food is trapped in that food vacuoles. Here arrows are shown. See, here it is ingestion, that means food particle is taken in with the help of pseudopodia, and that enters into the vacuoles. You can see that vacuoles. Okay, digestive juices are secreted into the food vacuole. They act on the food and break it into the simpler substance. So same process that as that of in the human or grass eating animals. Some juices are secreted and they act on the food, and it breaks into the simpler substances from the higher substances or compound substances. Then gradually the digested food is absorbed, and the absorbed substances are used again for the growth, maintenance, and the multiplication. That means from one amoeba, second amoeba can be created. That means its single cell can be divided in two cells. So that is carried out with the help of food. So these absorbed substances or digested food which is absorbed, that food is used for the growth and maintenance of the body and to multiplication. Okay, so the undigested residue, obviously it will remain there. So the undigested residue of the food is expelled outside by the vacuole. So it is the process will be end at the vacuole. That means it will start by ingestion, that means ingestion of food by using the pseudopodia, and it will end with the help of vacuoles, that means which is referred as digested waste. Okay, which is undigested residue of the food particle. So in this way the digestion system can be work in the amoeba. That means feeding and digestion is carried out in amoeba. Okay, thanks for watching the video. So this second chapter is completed. So with the help of this last topic, the second chapter is finished. Okay, now in the next lecture we will start the next chapter. Okay, so wait for that video. Again, thanks for watching this video. Again, if you haven't subscribed our page or you haven't liked our page, please like, subscribe and share our page, and also press the bell icon so you will get the updates in the future. Thanks for watching the video. Have a nice day.